Welcome to the People Power Fantasy Football Podcast. You know me, I'm Ryan Harper with
Nick Lamb
and Tempest.
Long pause, but Tempest, yes, is indeed here. She's no longer sick. Now, we were supposed to have a fourth member before we get into things. We're supposed to have a fourth member on this podcast with us. He was looking forward to it all week. He, in fact, was asking me about it, reminding me to making sure it was still happening. And guess what? Where is he? Do you guys know where he's at?
Not a clue.
Oh.
No clue.
Yeah, that's right. He's a little bitch. His name's Marc, and he's a little bitch. All right, anyway, time to get on to some real stuff. Another ridiculous week in football. I've given up on predictions at this point. You know, things are supposed to go one way, and the teams that aren't supposed to win are winning this year. So, you know, if you're winning in predictions, kudos to you, because you clearly don't know anything. And that's a plug-in for later, because I'm losing in the predictions. I'm just talking out of my ass. All right, so Week 7 recap in our fantasy league. Here we go. We had Beer Money taking on the undefeated Snowhawks, which is yours truly. Who won that game, Lamb?
The Snowhawks.
Who? Tempest, you know? I couldn't hear him. What did he say?
I think he said the Snowhawks.
Oh, that's right, the Snowhawks. Yeah, 7-0. Take note,
I can't
everybody.
believe you're still undefeated.
Well, you better believe it, okay? Then we had the Joker taking on Luck of the Irish. And the Joker dominated in that matchup, won by almost 80 points. Damn. Then we had the bitch, Marc, taking on Two Girlies, One Cup. And, Marc won. I'm not even going to talk about his gay matchup. And then we had Brown and Cupulator taking on Green Around the Gills. Well, Brown and Cupulator scored the second most points in the league this week with over 200 points with a strong Thursday night showing from one of the greatest football matches I've ever seen. So he ended up winning that match. Then we had Rams bringing it up the rear, taking on Snowflake. And, Snowflake lost again. Then we had Total Domination taking on Average Joes. And just like the name Average Joes, they were just average. And Total Domination dominated in the matchup and took away the victory.
It was a good week. Well, not for me, but for Ryan, I guess.
I mean, for 6 of us, it was a good week because 6 people won.
Oh yeah, it's not me because I suck at life. I'm a loser at work and I'm a loser on fantasy football.
You can't. Okay, never mind.
All right, well, going to next week, week 8, it could be a turnaround week for everybody who lost. We'll have the Luck of the Irish and Brown and Cupulator going off against each other. We have Two Girlies, One Cup, and Beer Money facing off. We got the poor man Andrew Luck, also known as the Joker, going up against the bitch Marc.
Hang on, explain the poor man Andrew Luck, because, I mean, I get it. I don't even know if Tempest understands that, so explain that for everybody, please.
It was just one night that I was looking on Facebook, and there's a picture of Bader, and it took me a second. I was like, he looks like a poor man Andrew Luck. Like, it's almost identical.
Yeah. I gotta do a photo of them next to each other and put it on the page later or something.
It's crazy. Alright, and then we have Green Around the Gills going up against the Average Joes. And then we have Total Domination going up against Rams bringing it up the rear. And then in the final match, the Sunday Night Football of fantasy, if you will. The greatest team ever to play fantasy football, the Snowflakes, going up against the cheating New England Patriots of the fantasy football, Snowhawks.
Yeah, that was a great build-up, except whenever you said the greatest team ever and you said Snowflakes, you should have said the Snowflakes. Put a little pause there. But, you learn it. That matchup is going to be fun. We had the worst matchup I think I've ever had in fantasy football earlier this year. I think a total, between the two teams, we scored 150 points combined. It was fucking terrible.
It was.
So we gotta we gotta have a good matchup this time.
It was. I think I had like a little over almost 70, and you only had you beat me by like 10 points or something. It was bad.
I squeaked away the victory that week. That's funny thing to bring that up because that proves I'm 7-0. But that week I should have lost. I think I only had the 4th highest points in the league that week, but I won. So anything can happen. I got a lot of good players on my team, but hey, they have bad games. They do. Yeah. They're human. So this could be my week to fall. I want to lose before the playoffs. I'm going to be 100% with you. I don't want to go undefeated and pull Patriots and lose in the Super Bowl.
Well, just go ahead and keep your team benched.
I'm not going to give you a win. Come on, man. All right, so the power rankings this week. There's I'm going to go over them, but there's something cool happening right now. So we just finished week 7. So we're starting to see the people at the top dominate up there, and you're starting to see the people at the bottom kind of staying down there. And then you have the group in the middle fighting for those 3 spots in the playoffs, okay? So the 1, 2, and 3 spot did not move from last week. So I'm still number 1. Marc the bitch is still number 2. And Brown and Copulator still number 3. So we're the 3 that, it's going to change, obviously. But, we're the 3 leading the pack here for at least 2 weeks now. Well, me for 7. But who's counting? My brother, Total Domination, is at number 4. He moved up 3 spots from last week. Then we had Tony, the man who could not end the streak. Hang on, someone's here. Hey, Lamb, go to the next spot real quick. I got to go get through.
Okay. Well, yes, that's the law of podcast for you. I want to talk about real quick the Thursday night game that we saw this past Thursday with the Chiefs and Raiders. And me and Marc mainly watched the game. So if Marc was up here, but he could talk about it more, but he's a little bitch. But anyway, that game was an incredible game. That's probably one of the best games I've seen for the past few weeks, actually. Considering lately the primetime games have been almost blowouts.
That game, if I can chime in real quick, that game was incredible because everyone thought the Raiders were done. Absolutely done. I thought people were stupid for playing Cooper, a guy that's put up 70 yards in the last 6 weeks or 5 weeks or something crazy. He puts up over 200 yards. Easily could have had 300 yards if he would have made a few catches that he dropped. That team's they're not going to go down quietly. They're going to fight, till their very last breath, and it's awesome. That was insane. The people that are Lamb, your status was brilliant. I feel sorry for people who are protesting football this year because of the kneeling. Because that game was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Better than the Super Bowl, and that Super Bowl was one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen last year. That's why you watch football. That Thursday night game, absolutely, man.
Oh, because what was it? I think on the predictions, we both had Kansas City winning.
Yeah, who would have thought? Kansas City, the hottest team, in the NFL. Crazy. Their defense didn't come to play,
Right.
It's nuts. What was I saying earlier? Anything can happen. People that played Amari Cooper probably won that week because Amari Cooper had 60 points.
Well, he had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So keep fighting, that's the thing. So let me go back to the power rankings. So the top 3 are still there from last week. Me number 1, Marc the bitch at number 2, Brown and Copulator number 3. My brother jumps up 3 spots to 4. Tony goes down a spot to 5. 2 girlies, 1 cup moves up 2 spots to 6. Rams bringing it up the rear moves up 2 spots to 7. Average Joe's falls 2 spots to 8. Green around the gills falls 4 spots to 9. Now the bottom 3 teams are the 3 holding, making sure we don't drop anything. They're covering our 6. We got the Joker at 10, Luck of the Irish at 11, and Snowflake at 12. Same as last week. So, Lamb, you've been number 12 as long as I've been number 1 this year. What is going on?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? What's going on?
You think you would win by sheer luck at least once.
I did about once.
You're trying really hard to lose. That's what it looks like to me. So what's your strategy going into every week? We notice you bench your team until they play. Is that like a good luck charm? Are you desperate? Are you like not washing your hair for a week maybe this, to see if that does anything? Like what is your mindset going into this matchup this week?
I'm expecting a blowout, to be honest. I always expect blowouts. I don't know. I got the idea of benching my team from you last year or year before last, and then I don't know.
All right, well, I hope you lose this week because you're playing me. But after that, I hope your season turns around for you.
Or I can just win this week and then lose the rest of my life.
Real quick, that this for whatever reason it just came to my head. Adrian Peterson, a guy who was on the Saints. Terrible beginning of the year, goes to Arizona 2 weeks ago and dominates, right? Over 100 yards, touchdown. People thought it's the rebirth, People are engraving Adrian Peterson in their arm again, just carving it with a knife. And just like Adrian Peterson is his greatest player ever again. I never jumped at that bandwagon. I'm like, I got to see consistency still. They go and get dominated by the Rams in London. I mean, granted, their quarterback did get hurt. But that being said, what is your take on Peterson the rest of the year?
Is this me or Tempest?
Hey, both of you. I mean, whoever wants to answer. I prefer both of you answer, to be honest.
All right, well, go ahead, Tempest. I'll let you go first.
I don't think she knows who Peterson is, but yeah, let's see what you got.
I have no idea who pretty much any of these football players are, but I guess you can't really just idolize one football player as the best one. Everybody's going to mess up occasionally or eventually fall from grace.
Well, when I was watching it, I remember when
your sigh that you just gave her was just like, "Shut up, woman."
Well, no, because I remember in just looking at it, and I was thinking when Peterson went to Arizona.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe I should try to put in a trade for something, and just some kind of trade, see if I could get him or what was the case. And then I was like, no, I'm just not going to worry about it because, maybe he can be that big of a factor. And then the week he went off, I kind of was like, well, damn. That could have helped a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I know for sure they're not trading him now. And then after this week, I'm like, well, Adrian Peterson does suck.
Well, he don't suck. It's just that game that he came back was like the perfect game script. I think people were overlooking that. They were ahead. They were running. That's a perfect game script for a running back. You're ahead, so the team needs to run to kill the clock. It was perfect. I'm happy for him. I hope he gets at least one more touchdown. He's at 99 career touchdowns, so I hope he does get at least one more. Which I'm sure he will. It's Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was funny. Everyone I talked to, for the most part, they're like, man, Adrian Peterson's back. And they're pulling out their old Minnesota jerseys and putting it on. I'm like, well, hang on, man. He's not really back. I mean, he never left, for one. But anyway, I just thought of that. I just wanted to get your take on it. Funny story. So, I know everyone plays fantasy football different. More experienced players, they do like to trade, it seems like. From my experience, if you're not experienced, you don't know a whole lot, you're scared of getting ripped off, you're scared of losing something that you know, and go to the unknown. But I've been doing this for a long time, and I love trading. I'm always trying to trade. This is not a trading league, and I've accepted it. It is what it is. People don't really trade in it. It's fine. That's why waiver pickups are necessary in this league. But I'm not going to name any names. But I sent a text to a few people yesterday because I wanted another running back, basically. And the one guy, I won't even tell you who I was getting because that'll give it away. I was trying to get a running back. He's ranked 32nd out of running backs. So he's not even a running back 2. You would use him in your flex, And so I text him like, "Hey, will you trade him?" He goes, "Well, maybe. If the offer's right. I don't want bitch ass so and so. Well, it's on my team. He said he didn't want bitch ass Crowell, and I was like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, he's ranked higher than your running back, but that's none of my business. And so anyway, he goes, I want a top 15 wide receiver. I'm like, okay. So I literally offered him the 15th ranked wide receiver, Des Bryant. And then he comes back. He goes, well, I don't want him. I want Hopkins. a wide receiver who's ranked number 3. And I was like, no, that's not worth it. I mean, Des Bryant, I believe, I'm ripping myself off, but, you know. And he goes, well, I drafted him in the first round, so you got to keep that in mind. I'm like, that does not mean anything. Like, people drafted Ty Montgomery in the first round. You think they're getting first-round value for him right now?
or Marshawn Lynch.
Or Mark, yeah, absolutely. He went, like, I think 3rd overall in our Dynasty League, and, I mean, he's not even playing this week. I thought that's funny. Like, you know, people are really funny. You get attached, I guess. That's probably what it is. He's attached to the player. But the reason why I bring this up, because trading will end. There's a trading deadline. Week 11, you can no longer do draft pick trades. And so that basically, you know, hey, I'll give you this guy, and I'll give you my 3rd round draft pick. You can't do that anymore after week 11. At the beginning of week 11. At the beginning of week 12, you can no longer trade in general. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So if you are attached to these players and you are thinking about making moves, you got to make sure you do it before the deadline picks up. I say this every year. I say it every week. Championships are not made at drafts. They're made from the waiver wire, and they're made from trading. So if you, it's just how it is, you know. People are going to get hurt. Systems are going to change, you know, and they're not going to be using a running back or wide receiver like they once did at the beginning of the year. So their value goes down. If you don't notice these things changing, that's where people start losing. And they're like, well, I don't understand it. You got me 80 points the first 3 weeks. Well, now it's a committee backfield, you know. Sorry. So, yeah, deadline is coming. It's going to be here before you know it, so just keep that in mind. Now, Lamb, over to you.
All right, well, real quick, I just got this update earlier when I was heading home. It said for Pittsburgh, Martavis Bryant won't play.
What?
This Sunday night.
What do you mean?
I guess, you know, what he said and him calling out not wanting to come to practice Monday, and, you know, him wanting to be traded, and then him not wanting to be traded, him not happy with his position, I guess. Just him bitching and bitching, kind of, I guess, that just pissed off the coach, Mike Tomlin.
That's crazy. Man, because I remember, I think it was yesterday, last night sometime, or maybe this morning, there was a article that popped up on my phone that said, Ben Roethlisberger says we need to get Martavis Bryant more involved. So I guess that was just a diversion, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, you know, that as a quarterback, I guess he would want to get more receivers, you know, involved, so it's not always, I'll just always throw it to Brown or something.
It's Ben Roethlisberger. He was probably drunk. He doesn't even remember saying it. Let's just be honest.
Right. Yeah.
All right, Lamb, I know you're waiting to say this, so go ahead and tell us who's losing in the predictions. Let's just get it out of the way.
Oh, well, not yet. I thought you wanted to bring up the woman beater of all time.
Oh, Zeke, I forgot about that, yeah. So we all know Ezekiel Elliott, what's going on with him. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to get another repeal? He's had like 10 repeals for his suspension. Poor Marc has to... Not really, fuck Marc. Little bitch. Didn't even come to our podcast. I'm glad he's got to suffer, man.
No, fuck him.
He's got to carry 2 extra running backs because he has Zeke. You know, because he doesn't know who they're going to run. Now, the question I want to ask everybody, feel free to comment your answer if you want to get in on this with us. He's obviously playing this week. That's 100% guaranteed. So, after this week, when do you think his suspension will hit? Me, I think he's going to play this week and 1 more week. And then he's going to serve a 6-game suspension, which would really fuck over Marc, because that's playoffs for us. What do you guys think? All right, don't both of you answer at once now.
I was letting Timmons go first.
Is she still here?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what to say to this stuff.
Well, just say what
I guess I hope Marc gets fucked because he's being a dick and he's not here.
Yeah,
like,
hopefully.
What the hell, Marc? I've been missing for a whole week and you didn't even show up on the podcast to talk to me. I'm pretty butthurt right now.
Yeah, I know. Everyone mail him a box of dicks. You can actually buy them off of ThinkGeek or something. Not ThinkGeek, but you can buy them somewhere. Everyone, I will give you his address. We should all send him a box of dicks for Christmas.
Yeah, dude, it'll be glorious.
Or to send him boxes of corn dogs.
Oh yes, Mark loves corn dogs. He loves corn dogs. So if you are ever with him somewhere, if you happen to run into him, buy him a corn dog. He will love you a long time, I assure you.
He'll even give you Elliot and a first-round pick for a corn dog. or ice cream with pickles in it, too.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I can't believe he actually ate that.
Not only did he eat it, he sent us a video of him shirtless eating it. And just staring at the Snapchat like, yeah, what are you going to do about it, bitch?
See, this is why I'm not going to give him my Snapchat. Like, he's always so upset about that. And it's like, I know you're going to send me weird shit like that. I'm not giving you my Snapchat.
All right, Lamb, get on with the predictions, please.
Oh, so I guess my opinion on Elliot doesn't matter.
I thought we gave up on that, to be honest. I didn't even hear Tempest give an answer.
Well, what I was going to say was, I think he's probably going to go along with what you were saying. Maybe 2 more games, even 3. But he'll probably just...
So, okay, you basically think it's going to be this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which at first I thought he was just going to serve it next year, but now when I looked into it, he ain't going to appeal anymore. He's just probably going to serve it, which is going to fuck over Mark and Dallas in the long run.
Which is why he should have just served it at the beginning of the year.
Right, but I'll just make it more troubling for everybody else.
Because it's him being, greedy about not wanting to be suspended, but it's going to happen. If Tom Brady got suspended, sorry Zeke, you're getting suspended. And truth be told, if you look at the beginning of their schedule, they didn't win any of those games because of him. Yeah, he had a monster game last week. That's the only game he had a monster game in. And guess what? They played the 49ers.
Right.
I could be behind that offensive line and at least got 100 yards, and I'm terrible. I'm brittle. You look at me, I fall over and I break a bone. I'm no professional football player. It's just that team's that bad. So, don't take that game out of proportion. Their record is exactly, in my opinion, it's not any better with or without him. So, he screwed over not just fantasy, but now if they're playing for a playoff spot or home field advantage, it's really going to screw them over, possibly.
Right. Because they're 3-3 now. Even if Elliott didn't play, I could see them still being 3-3 starting off.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, now what Ryan's kind of just wanting to go ahead and get over with, going into the predictions that we have going on.
I said at the beginning of this podcast that the NFL's games are going ass backwards, so the people that are getting them wrong actually know what they're talking about.
Or maybe we just see the bigger picture. Unlike the fantasy league, Ryan is in last place here.
Shut up.
With 11 right predictions. Then Tempest is in second with 14.
Woo!
And then it's me, the GOAT of predictions, in first with 16.
16? You cheated? Are you... We need someone else to count. I think you're cheating.
I'm not.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's a joke.
You are cheating. You're in cahoots.
I'm not gonna lie. I was going back and making sure I did my math right. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, but anyway, for this week, for the Thursday night game,
yep,
we have the not Jay Cutler anymore, but we have the Dolphins going up and playing Baltimore Ravens.
Who do you guys got? Hey, Lan, you're in first place. That's the new rule. If you're in first place, you got to give the first prediction.
All right. I'm still going Miami.
You're going to Miami? Welcome to Miami. How about you, Tempest?
I'm going to have to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I think you better go with Ravenclaw. I'm going with Ravens, too, actually.
Well, and her beanie is a Ravens beanie, too, so...
The one that I totally did not Photoshop on her head.
No, definitely not.
I totally have that. I keep it in my bedroom. Sleep with it in my pillow.
She always wears it. She's wearing it right now, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy you a beanie now for Christmas.
Nice.
Alrighty then. Then we have the Buffalo Bills playing against the Oakland Raiders in Buffalo.
Who do you got, Lamb?
I'm going Raiders.
Going with the hot and loaded, without Marshawn Lynch Raiders in Buffalo?
Yeah.
It's a ballsy move.
In Buffalo. Yeah, in Buffalo.
What about you, Temp?
What'd you say the first one was? The Buffalo Bills? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Buffalo Bills.
You know, put the lotion on the skin before it gets the hose again.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with the Buffaloes.
The Buffaloes.
All right, so the Raiders are playing against a stampede of Buffalo, apparently.
Yep.
I'm actually going to go Oakland in this one. They need a win, they need to win. So I'm going. They need it more.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and then we have the London game as well this week.
London. Who's playing in London?
It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns.
That's the London game?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going Minnesota.
Fucking Rise is like, well, that's fucking stupid.
I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings too.
All right, well, just to make it a little different, I'm going with the Browns.
All right.
I'll probably get it wrong, but
hey, you're winning. You know how to predict shit, apparently.
So maybe, I don't know. We'll
go buy a Powerball.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, win the lottery and share it with us.
Yes, you can make the greatest podcast room ever. We'll have more than just my computer and phone. We'll actually have a nice setup.
Yeah, I'll be able to use more than my headset attached to my phone. It'll be great.
All right, then we have the America's Game of the Week with the Dallas Cowboys playing in Washington against the Redskins.
Who do you got, Lamb?
I'm going with the Redskins.
Of course you are. Who you going, Tim?
I've never picked the Cowboys, so I'm going to go with the Redskins as well.
I'm going Dallas.
All right. Just to change it up, I see you.
Well, I got to go against you if I'm going to catch up to you.
Right. All right. Then for Sunday night game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers playing in Detroit against the Lions.
Who you got, Lamb?
I'm going Steelers.
Steelers. How about you, Tempest?
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to go Steelers. Love those. You get 500 yards and 25 touchdowns.
Each quarter. And now we're going to have the Broncos. This is the Monday night game. The Broncos playing at Kansas City against the Chiefs.
I think this is a no-brainer, but every time I say that, the opposite thing happens.
Right.
Oh, my God. Who are you going to go, Lamb?
I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Okay. How about you, Tempest?
I'm going to go with the Broncos, too.
So the no-brainer answer to this would be Kansas City. I know they've lost 2 in a row, but they're still the better team overall. And Denver can't even, get a first down if they're allowed to pin it on it. They couldn't even score last week.
Yeah.
But every time I say that, the Giants were supposed to get blown out by Denver, and that didn't happen.
Right.
Oh my God! I'm gonna go Kansas City.
Just go Kansas City and Chiefs. There we go. All right, should be a fun week.
You forgot one game, Lamb.
What game is that?
We always do the Carolina game.
Oh, okay. If you want to add that one in, we can.
Yeah, let's go and add that in there.
The Carolina Panthers at Tampa Bay.
Who you got, Lamb?
Panthers, of course.
Same. Panthers.
I'm going to go Carolina Panthers. I can't vote against my baby.
Yeah, I feel you. That should be a fun week. Looking forward to it. All right, that wraps up for predictions.
All right, well, that's all I got. You guys got anything else before we call it a week?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Marc,
Tempest, what do you got?
you suck.
What?
Marc sucks.
Oh.
That's about it.
Hey, Marc, you suck.
Marc sucks.
Marc sucks. Marc sucks. Marc sucks.
Marc
Dude,
sucks.
I'm serious. I'm gonna post his address. No, I can't do that. That's invasion of privacy. If you want to send in a box of dicks, text me. I'll give you his address that way. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and Snowflake's going down. Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Marc sucks.